So I've been getting a ton of comments on my YouTube and TikTok. So these are the best controller settings and binds for paddles and work for both Xbox and PlayStation controllers. So it doesn't matter what input you're using. Also, I will be teaching how to practice and improve significantly faster on these settings. Alright, so now we're in our settings, and I play on PC, so these settings may not matter to you. But if you guys want to go ahead and copy my general settings, these are what I have set so far. But today we're focused on the actual controller's input settings and controller binds. So obviously to get started, you want controller auto run turned on and builder pro turned on. This is basically turbo build. Scrolling down a little bit, my build and edit sensitivity are both 1.8. This is to make sure that I can control where I'm placing my builds and where my crosshair is when I'm editing or doing a piece control retake, etc. Down here, my look and horizontal speed is both at 40. I had it on 43 for the longest, but I stopped playing for just about 2 weeks for my mental, and I came back, and 43 just felt way too fast and way too off, and I was missing way too many shots and way too many edits, so I bumped it down to 40. And this is perfect for me so far. My ADS speed for horizontal is at 15 and my vertical speed is at 12. This is so that I can control my recoil on ARs and SMGs while also being fast enough to aim in left to right and hit a headshot with my shotgun. And then scroll down here to my dead zones. I play on 13 and 10. This is fairly high compared to some pros that have it on 6 or 7. But I think having it way too low, even if you don't have stick drift, it is way harder to control your character or control your crosshairs and can mess you up in high pressure situations. So I like to put it on 13 and 10 so I can control what I'm doing easier and slow down the pace in some fights when I need to. Now for my controller binds. I do play on an Xbox controller, but I will also be swapping over to PlayStation binds as I do have a PlayStation controller that I played on for 3 years. First, my jump is right stick and my left stick is crouch. This is odd for some people, especially most people use left stick for editing, but I use it for my crouch and I use sprint as A. Now if you guys think these settings are too complicated and will get you overwhelmed, don't worry, I will show you how to practice these settings so that you get better every single day, even if it takes more time than it usually does. I promise you, on these settings your gameplay will drastically get better. Now down here, the only thing I have changed is my pickaxe button. It's on Y or triangle for PlayStation, but for your pickaxe, if you're on PlayStation, I recommend to use touchpad. As if you play claw, it's way easier to just press your touchpad than it is to press Y. Now scrolling to the building section, my switch mode / edit is on down D-pad. I keep this on down D-pad so I could get less input delay on my controller, because if you play on PC, you know and understand that controller has way more input delay than keyboard and mouse. Now again, my sprint is on A and everything else is basically the same except for my switch mode. Now my switch mode is on a screen picture bind, which I don't know if it works for console users, but on PC, this works just fine. Now, please comment down below if this works on console as well. I actually have no idea if you're allowed to use this picture-in-picture bind, but on PC you are. Now, quickly scrolling down to my edit settings, I have right trigger select, left bumper to confirm, and right bumper to reset. I use these because it's way easier to press reset and confirm at the same time than it was to press left stick and then confirm. Everything else is basically the same except for edit building. Edit building, I have it on my right D-pad, and that is because my right D-pad is on my left paddle, and also my switch mode is on my right paddle. So I could press switch mode and edit builds without taking my thumbs off of my joysticks. Now most YouTubers that I see now will probably tell you to go into creative and just free build for 15 to 20 minutes a day. This is terribly wrong and is just wasting your time. What you actually want to do is go onto YouTube and find a retake tutorial. Is play in a creative map and try to learn that retake, but don't rush trying to learn everything all at once. Take your time, even go slow if you have to. There's even creative maps where you can turn down how fast you're moving and you can still click your buttons or whatever just as fast if you were playing normally. And I know some nerd in the comment is gonna say, well, learning a retake doesn't actually get you better at the game. And while little Timmy, you may be correct, but that's not what learning a retake is for. Learning a retake is to help you get used to your binds, so you can be more comfortable in fights and 1v1s than if you just didn't learn any of these retakes at all and you just tried your best to free build without knowing what to do. Now, the next thing I recommend for you to do is to go into a Fortnite Discord channel and ask anybody to 1v1. But don't get discouraged, because these guys are actually way better than your typical matchmaking Joe. So you're gonna get stomped on, and I mean you're gonna get stomped on a lot. But in just a few days, you're gonna see improvement and you're gonna be way better than your friends or whoever you play against. Now, if you have a bit of extra time on your hands, then I also recommend playing Zone Wars. But don't play Tilted Zone Wars or Trio Zone Wars. Play 32-man Zone Wars or Forever Zone Wars to practice having to fight multiple enemies at once and get faster in high pressure situations. This will help you click your binds faster and build that muscle memory, so when you actually are playing a real game, that you don't get stuck and you completely forget what to do and how to do it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to be dragging this video for too long, so thank you all for sticking to the end. Please subscribe and comment potato if you made it to the end of the video, so I could see how many of you guys actually stick around all the way. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in my next upload. Peace.